Okay, let's get started on MacFormat's first Twitch TV stream. A bit of Fist of Awesome, which is a game we're actually going to review in the next issue, but we originally wanted to do So You Are Being Hunted, the Mac game, because it's in alpha, but we can't get it to work on my review machine here in the office at the moment, even though it works at home, so that's fine. We'll just postpone that for another day when it's up and running a bit better. In the meantime, here is Fist of Awesome, made by the developer We Fight Bears, or I Fight Bears? Anyway, I suppose there's a risk of them being pigeonholed a little bit there, but since Fist of Awesome is largely about punching bears. This is the first time I've ever played it, so I'm going to be rubbish, so you just have to bear with me, I'm afraid. Party like it's 1969. I wonder when it is supposed to be. And is guiding him. I felt the same way sometimes. So I'm playing as Timber's hand, specifically, controlling his body. Sort of against his will, not entirely. Steve's probably deserved it. I knocked up my first disgruntled deer. I'm guessing the first of many. Oh, I can punch and kick. With Street Fighter up in this place. Ah, well that's not fair, they've got horns. They also make much more terrifying noises than I do. Hold for fist. Oh, there's the Fist of Awesome. I'll just describe my fist as regular at best up until then. Whoa, awesome. I'm curious about the kicks. I'm actually just going for the crotch. I suppose that works best. It said tap in the air for a flying kick, but I didn't manage to figure that one out. Uh-oh. These noises are kind of disturbing. I'm not sure if these are zombie deer. I mean, that's fine if they are. I'm all up for zombie deer. Go.
Bear fight.
This is where things get big. Oh, come on. Deer as well. I'll be honest with you, I sort of thought the beer might be a bit stronger than this. The beer? The bear. I wish the beer was stronger than this. Stompy. Oh, there he goes. Bear's turned up. And now, well, this is just ganging up. Alright. The bear's out of it. I was gonna say, I'm surprised if everything has changed and the bears are in charge. There's still a city in the background there, but apparently I'm going to Bear Hatton. Okay, I think we definitely need more power. I think trying to hug the bears back to kindness possibly isn't the best plan. Bears tend to be pretty good at the hugging thing, right? And by good I mean terrible. Oh, he's doing the arm spinny thing. The old, I'm just going to move my arms like this and if you get in the way it's your fault. Still, I've got a giant fist they can get in the way of, so you know. I do wish I'd learned how to do the flying. Come on. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm dying down here. Oh, regenerating health. Well, it's a bit of a cheat, but, you know, I guess it's useful. Everything has regenerating health these days. I remember when you could... Oh, God, it's a bear strip. I don't want the bear strip club. I guess you used to get this kind of thing back in the old Street Fighter games and things like that. That was the... Well, that's the big influence. We've just gone a bit crazy. We've gone pixel art with bears and things, but you still get the strip clubs. Some things never change. See? He knows where it's at. Although, I guess this is supposed to be kind of a crappy derelict city, because everything seems to be boarded up except for the strip club. Maybe it was heavily influenced by Looper, the film, where strip clubs and crime dens seem to be the only thing that still exist. Except for that one diner, I guess. Ah, this windmill arm thing just isn't, like, it's not playing fair, is it? I suppose I've got a giant fist, so I can't really talk about playing fair. And also my character has a giant fist. And also I just keep stomping them while they're on the ground, which is really like, it's not cricket. He says they started it, but I suspect I may have actually thrown the first punch. So I guess that's my cross to bear for this game. I have effectively caused all the violence in it. Still, that doesn't mean to go on, I suppose. I do kind of wish there was a dodge move, just to roll out the way of some of the punches when you can see them coming. It is quite samey as games go. I mean, I know the premise is a lot of fun and a lot of people are loving it for that, but there is, I mean, well, actually I'm not sure if these are even bears, dogs, coyotes. Anyway, there's only so much punching of them over and over you can do before it starts to feel a little bit like maybe you need something a bit more variety. But I suppose that's what the giant bears are for, who I get to just punch over and over in exactly the same way as everything else.
Bear fight.
This kind of seems like the sort of dystopian society where I'd expect there to be spectators at the fight with me and the giant bears. There'd be money, there'd be people betting. It almost seems like it's supposed to be more sumptuous than this graphically. I mean, Streets of Rage 2 and stuff, they look basic now, but they were detailed for the time. There's a lot of good effort went into the graphics. I mean, this looks great in its pixel art style, as a lot of stuff does, but weirdly it almost makes it seem less retro. Maybe because so much stuff just looks like this these days. It doesn't really look like how things used to look. I mean, that's probably not the intention. You don't want to copy things slavishly. Well, some people do, but I'm guessing these jesters don't. I'm gonna have to go and see the bear again, aren't I? I can't just keep fighting these guys forever. Come on. Oh, and then we all get punched together. There we go. Again, really, that was just kind of a bit basic. Anyway, we're off to the zoo now. I'm guessing there's going to be lots of lovely humans to chat to there. A bit of health. There we go. How can they keep all these animals in just the one? I mean, humans, not animals, but same thing. Keeping them all in the same pen together. Surely some of these would devour the others. That guy's got a gun. You can't keep him in with the weird raver guy next to him. Gareth Thomas, the greatest dancer. if I was the gun guy and I was jealous of that title, I'm just saying I could fix it up good.
This. This.
Part man, part journalist.
This.
I can only assume the gun part is the journalist part if he's been looking at internet comments.
This.
He's got a giant hand like mine. I don't know why he doesn't use it to break out and cause a rebellion.
This. This.
Not even sure what just happened there. But, you know, that's something that's true of a lot of the best games. I wish Timber got up slightly quicker when he's knocked down. I know it's kind of supposed to be like a punishment for falling over, but come on, I'm just going to get back up quickly. Can we half a second less and just get me back in the fray? Oh, so these some sort of dog or bear in black type enemies that they've got flashy things. Don't knock me over. I wouldn't call that the most topical reference I've ever heard. But then I did just watch Men in Black again the other day, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh there. Well, that guy second from the left doesn't even have a proper beard, it's just like a soul patch thing, so I don't know how they can win Best Bearded Band. Especially in a world that presumably still has ZZ Top in it somewhere. I want to go to that zoo, this one's awful. I am curious about the like punk hairstyle of some of these dogs. It's I mean, are there any dog groomers still around? Do they go to the zoo to the old human dog groomers, or does the dog society have hairdressers? Same with the dogs with sunglasses. I wonder if their prescription. Do dogs have short-sightedness and long-sightedness? I mean, I've never seen dogs look that bothered by the sun, but maybe it's just to protect their identity. Oh, and I guess they need them for the flashy things as well, or they'd just be forgetting everything all the time. Which is really more a problem in the fish world, I suppose. Is there a fish world? I wonder if different animals have different continents. I guess the fish wouldn't need the continent, they just have the oceans. That would sort of be the same as now. Although if bears are the dominant species, I wonder if overfishing is still just as much a problem. These are the problems games don't address.
Bear fight. This.
You flashy thing, me. Me and Will Smith together in our flashy thing anger. Oh, this isn't going well. No, that went really not well. Oh, please don't make me start the level again. So many identical dogs to fight my way through. Hey, straight back to the bear. Kind of a Blues Brothers bear.
Bear fight.
That conversation seems entirely engineered just to have the bear make a flush pun at the end. Well, surely you could be making some Men in Black puns.
This.
I can't think of any Men in Black puns off the top of my head. I mean, Agent B, I guess, would be his name. That's not really a pun, that's just copying the film a bit, and not in even a good way. But that is the level of humour I bring to proceedings, so that's just what we'll all have to tolerate. Sorry.
This.
Punchy punch.
This.
I do at least like that the bear takes out his own people a lot. Although I think the other bears did that, but still, this one fights in punches in both directions, so that's kind of useful. I think I just did a flying kick by accident, so that's... Oh, I can't get out of this. I'm trapped between people. They just... When you get punched, you can't move, so I'm just stuck being punched in a dog sandwich. Sort of like a hot dog, but well, I was surrounded on three sides, so it's just like a hot dog, where I'm the wiener in the middle.
Bear fight.
There's less punching in a delicious hot dog, though.
This.
Don't you flashy thing me. I'll punch you all over the shop. Sue, it's not a shop. Punch, punch. It seems a real shame to have to be punching Blues Brothers bear to oblivion, because he's really... Dog just keeps kicking me, stunning me until I can't respond. I just need a dodge. I need a roll. Let me swipe left or right on the movement and do a little roll out of things. Then I could do some kind of combo rolls. There could be slides, slide kicks, slide punches. Oh, I sort of deserved that. Can't really just wait around for someone to get back up. It's not good fighting etiquette. Fetiquette.
This. This. This.
This fight goes on a long time with almost no changes at all. I mean, and it's the same as the other fights, of course. Ah, that's how you do a flying kick. I was swiping, you swipe up to jump, and then you tap to do the actual kick. And I was trying the swipe up, but I just wasn't actually getting any punch out of it. Well, I'm just going to be flying kicking my way all over the place now. Ha-ja! As you can tell, I'm a karate expert from the noises I make. Well, that would be the doorway into the past, future, empty time. This is a really serious sci-fi story, you can tell by all of the weird jokes. Alright, walk into it. Just punching the air doesn't really seem to do anything. 10,000 years BC. Is that? I wonder if that's actually going to mean dinosaurs, because there shouldn't be dinosaurs technically. But I would like to fight some dinosaurs. Oh no, it's just cave bears. Oh no, there are dinosaurs. Ugh. Dinosaurs with long tongues, which is not what I find cool. It's just that you want to switch from punching, which is tapping, to swiping down easily, which is the stomping. And then if I want to jump, I've got to swipe up. The kicks are sort of swipe left and right for the different directions. Kicks. I mean, it's not too bad, but you just can't switch between them. It's not like, the kind of games that it's emulating the Streets of Rage and stuff like that. I mean, a little bit Street Fighter as well, still fighting games. You just roll your finger from button to button. Tap and tap to connect them into combos. I mean, good combos is really what this game could do with to spruce it up a bit more as well. Make it more interesting in terms of the moves I'm doing, just to keep it just not be so much punch, punch, kick, kick. Sliding kicks on the ground to take out a few groups of them when they're together, instead of just walking over and stomping one thing at a time. Some flying enemies would be interesting. I'm sure they'll come in later, but I mean, we've got the caveman dog bear things now, and they're just the same as everything else, really. The dinosaur has a slightly longer reach for its ranged move than the flashy move. The flashy thing, Men in Black, dogs. But that's only really a small upgrade on what's come before. Oh well, these ones do this spinning arm move as well, but that's again just... It's still, the game is starting to just feel like one of these things where everybody loves it because it's got one of these great fun indie premises, travel through time with a talking hand that's a giant fist that does awesome fighting. It's like Planet of the Apes but with bears, and you get to punch bears, and who hasn't dreamed of punching a bear like a ribald lumberjack called Timber? And hey, it makes a change to be fighting the licking dinosaurs instead of riding on them in Mario. But it's just same few enemies, just kind of fighting them off as they come in waves, repetition. I remember it was the same with Magica on iOS. It's just, there's just so much tapping to do the same few moves over and over. And it's got the semblance of variety, but in practice it's just hammering a few buttons and then a quick modifier to get the same things over and over. When it gets busy because of the tap controls, and that it's just not as fast as just quickly tapping a button. Even if it could have been a touchscreen button, you'd have some precision problems, but you could tap it quicker, get into it quicker. but it's just not as precise. It just doesn't translate as well. I know that Fist of Awesome is available on a few of the micro consoles and things. I happen to have a game stick actually at the moment that I'm reviewing for techradar.com. That's got Fist of Awesome on. It'd be interesting to try it on there and see if it's any better. Don't know how it is for Ouya owners. This must be 2 or 3 of you out there, so you can let me know how you go. I mean 2 or 3 total, obviously. I mean, there's just 5 of these same guys and they all just do the same thing. There's a guy, someone actually who works at Future with me on one of our games mags, but I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. And he was saying there's always a good test for games when, you know, if you kind of think hard and think really, I mean really think, would you rather be playing this or sitting in a quiet room, just kind of a white room, on a comfy chair, sitting, staring at the wall and having a think? I don't know what the answer to that question is in this case. Oh, there was no identical boss fight there. Don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. Alright, we'll do one more run through in the Musty Cave. Next time we'll try to play a Mac game, one that we won't be covering in the magazine. Give it something a bit different. Hopefully we'll be able to make So You Are Being Hunted work on it then. Which would be great. I mean, I wanted to do it kind of yesterday or today because it's quite a spooky game and it had a scary update before Halloween. And I thought that would be a fun one. And it'd be a nice slow one. I thought we'd do a series. So we'll try that. But there's a few other alpha games that I think would be fun to try if we can get hold of them. Prison Architect is one. The new game from Tim Schafer's Double Fine, which is where you build a space station, which is well up my alley because I've been wanting to see Startopia or something like that either come to Mac or come to iOS. It's available on GOG for Windows, good old games, but not for Mac. And it was one of my favourite games back in the day. So I'd love to see it come out on something, so it'd be really nice to see if Double Fine's humour produces something a bit similar to it. I mean, they must have had similar ideas. And there's a few other early access things floating around. Kerbal Space Program is kind of old at this point, but can give it a try. Project Zomboid is one that I've already got and played. Haven't played it in a while though. We can see how that's developed. It's quite a slow burner though. Lots of clicking, quite repetitive, but hey, that's what we're spending today doing, so obviously I don't have such a problem with it. God, I don't have RSI now, but if I was going to catch it off anything, this would be it. Oh, one game I suppose we could try the early access off is Godus, which is new from Peter Molyneux, who did the old Populous and a lot of games that were great back in the day, but Godus is an attempt to kind of redo those kinds of games, but with the online connectivity and things like that we're used to now. Well, that's a person doing something exciting. Oh, so my hand has history with what's ever going on. I wonder if the hands are chosen one thing, like Buffy. I'm the Bear Slayer. Something feels a bit odd about that.
This. This.
I mean, they're not even bothering with the dinosaurs at this point. Just the same caveman dogs. Maybe this is the game, this is the experiment. How long am I willing to battle the same 3 enemies? The same 1 enemy 6 times in a row. Too long? I think you might call the answer. Go, go, go! Oh, it's another bear. A rudimentary bear. Prehistoric bear. One that speaks like an actual bear. I always preferred Phil Collins.
Bear fight.
It's a bear fight, and so far it's exactly the same as all the other bear fights. Possibly suggest that my review of this is not going to be 100% positive. Still, at least the other game I'm reviewing at the moment is Device 6, and that's great. I mean, I'm not going to play it in live streaming because that would be pointless for so many reasons. Aside from ruining everything for you, it would not look so great. It's a lot of reading. Still, probably less dull than this. There comes a time in every game player's life when he must just wonder, what is this? Is this pastime worth it? A game that gives you an existential crisis isn't ideal. I mean, I suppose it could give you a good existential crisis in an ethical way, but in just a am I wasting my time? That's super not ideal. Oh, the bear's over. In case you're wondering, yes, that felt exactly as much like all the other bear fights as it looked. Okay. I'm level 8, I've fought exactly the same enemies over and over. I think we can call that a day for now. If you tuned in, thanks very much. Next time I am definitely going to make sure I play something a bit more interesting. Thanks and bye.